Alright, look at this fucking guy. Look at this guy. This is the dude. Alright. So, Hisoka looks a little different. Just a little bit. So Hunter x Hunter's a shonen, right? Because, they killed the shit out of this dude. He's fucking dead. Alright, that's a pretty sick battle. Alright, let's talk about Hunter x Hunter real quick. I'm on volume 11. I started about a week ago. I think exactly a week ago. About that far, look through it. Almost halfway through volume 11. Alright, so, first things first. The Hunter exam arc, really, really good. Dug it. Some of the art not super great, but good enough. Gon, really liking Gon as a main character, as the protagonist. Killer was great. Kurapika's great. Leorio, before I started reading, I thought that was Gon's father, just because he happened to be around a bunch, and I knew Gon's father had something to do with it. Obviously, that's not the case. Leorio's really cool too. Looking forward to learning more about them. I think this is the York New arc, or if it's not the York New arc, then it's the Greed Island arc. I don't know. I haven't looked it up or anything. I'm just going by what I have heard and I assume. If we start at the Heaven's Arena arc, which I think is what happened directly after the Hunter exam, that was really good. I think Nen is a super cool power system. I really like the different categories. As soon as I was finished with the Heaven's Arena volume, the first thing I wanted to do was take an online quiz to find out which category I fit into. I'm an enhancer, by the way. Of course. Let's see, after the Heaven's Arena, I guess it was the York New arc, or is that part of it? I don't know. Let's see. Well, they went back to Gon's Island, which was great. And then they find out about the Greed Island video game, which was really strange. That's interesting. My favorite thing so far has been when they go back to York New City and they are like haggling for like items and like curios and stuff to make money, and they're trying to track down this video game, Greed Island. I think that is so far has been super cool and interesting. I would read a manga that was entirely that. I think that would be super awesome. So far, the Phantom Troop is great. Don't know about a lot of them. Crollo here has been interesting. He hasn't done a whole lot yet. I just saw his Nen fish, which is intriguing. Seems like he's going to be a big deal. Obviously, Hisoka is fantastic. I really like his moveset. His rubber gum. I can't quite remember what it's called, but his rubber gum and his transmuting of his handkerchief. I think that's really leaves a lot of room to work with and make some interesting stuff. Hopefully, they really get into that stuff because that's been super cool to see. I'm really looking forward to seeing more from the Phantom Troop. I could see more from Kurapika. I don't find him super interesting yet. I would rather see more between Gon and Killua because I think their relationship is fantastic. Yep, let's get more of that. That's about it, I think. Excited to see more of the troop. Yeah, we'll see how we go. I've read. This is make 11. I've read 11 volumes in a week, and I think there's 33. So, I guess that means I'm a third of the way through, huh? It's really good. I only just noticed now that the logo here is inverted, which looks sick. But I tell you what, one thing that I did notice immediately is how fucking cool the spines look. They look super fucking cool. You know what's really kind of dumb, and I just thought about it now, is that all this wild shit is happening right now. People are getting absolutely just fucking annihilated by the Phantom Troop. And and the thing I'm looking forward to the most is when they get back to the auction for the vault. Yeah, I just thought that was funny. So this is a really sick double pager, right? But what I actually wanted to show here is that something that Togashi's done here is he's accounted for gutter loss with that little white strip there. So if I hold it like that, I can see the entire picture. This is something that Oda is notoriously bad at doing, and can be really frustrating when you're trying to read, especially around like Whole Cake and stuff, where a lot of the text can be lost in the middle here, and that can be really annoying. But I'm really glad to see that Togashi is accounting for that. That's awesome. Ah, I see. So it's David Bowie and his family who were working for the bad guy all along and put pins into the other bad guy's back of his head, but then got him to call the people and say that everything was all G when really it's not and everything's going according to plan, David Bowie. Whenever people talk about Hunter x Hunter, they always end up talking about Hisoka. But why doesn't anyone talk about Chrollo? Chrollo's super interesting. I assume it's probably because at some point Hisoka's going to get his wish and fight and kill Chrollo. I don't know. But, look at this dude. Okay, so this is actually really cool. So usually it's the villains that are being proactive and the heroes that are being reactive, or the protagonists in this case. But right now, the Phantom Troop are completely on their heels and unable to do anything, which is super interesting. And I'm sure it's not going to go the way that Kurapika wants it to. But regardless, is very cool. Alright, so Hisoka is an absolute fucking mad lad. Let's go. Alright, this is good shit. Alright, so I just finished volume 13, and I'm super interested to see where this MMO thing goes. Obviously, this is the start of the Great Island arc, but one thing I did want to say is that this collectible book thing reminds me a lot of Chrollo's power, his Nen. Great, I was just reading volume 14, and now I have homework. Okay, this is actually incredible. Of course, Gon is just going around and just picking up random shit to put in his book. Now, I was just thinking what would happen if we finished this arc without me knowing literally every single card that the squad has on them. But luckily, Togashi has planned ahead and has listed all 51. Thank God. Really looking forward to the part of the arc where they use number 58, Secrets Video Rental. Yeah, can't wait to see how they use that. It's gonna be great.
Oh no, he's hot.
I didn't realize Hisoka was that kind of clown. So originally I thought that Togashi had forgotten one of his rules about NPCs and limited dialogue, but it turns out he's a real boy.
Well, I saw Mark tweet about a dodgeball game, and I guess this is it. Alright, this is complete bullshit. So Razor here wants to play dodgeball for 8 points, but Gon's team already have 4 points. It's complete bullshit. And then, even though they have 6 people, he's like, nah man, you gotta have 8. 8 points, 8 people. What a load of shit. Uh-oh, imp swink. More like simp swink.
Fuck me, I just realized it's a Nintendo. It's a fucking Nintendo, god damn it. Plot of Beach. What the fuck? It was called Strip of Beach before, wasn't it? Or Strand of Beach? Just changed the name. Alright. Holy shit. Well, we've finished the Greed Island arc, and from the name of that chapter, I reckon we're probably going into the Chimera Ant arc now, so let's see how we go. Alright, so Greed Island's finished. Great arc, really great. Enjoyed it very much. There's a bit in the sort of start to the middle which dragged a fair bit, but once it got past that, it really picked up the pace. All the rules and the cards at the start was a bit overwhelming, and the training dragged on a little bit. But once we got past that, everything to do with the spiders and Hisoka and the dodgeball game, which was fantastic, really, really great.
You don't understand, bro. These ants, they're not just monsters, they have feelings. These are ants with feelings.
Look at this massive bunch of losers. Good lord. Well, actually, she's kind of cool though. But look at her friends. Podungo Lapoi. Podungo Lapoi. What the fuck? They use fire, burning logs hit with lightning and stuff. How many logs have been hit with lightning in this fucking forest? Oh, look, it's the beautiful ant chimeras, and this one's a bat, and this one's a fish, and this one's a crab. Well, I guess that's where the chimera part of the name comes in. Oh, that other dude. Oh, shit. Okay, so I think I just figured out that other famous Hunter x Hunter character who I knew was a chimera ant, but I was wondering why he looked like a human. Wow, Togashi, just gonna eat some children, are we? Alright. Yeah, we're gonna go get Kite. We're gonna go save Kite. Let's do it! Oh.
So it seems that if you're strong-willed enough, you can maintain your sense of self when you become a chimera ant. So that's going to be interesting when it comes to Kite. I guess we'll see. Look at this Junji Ito ass looking bitch. Fucking chill, Palm.
Oh, Gon's such a good boy. He goes in the good boy pile.
Alright, so far Hunter x Hunter is 3 for 3 for cool villains, which is great. Crollo, Hisoka, and now Miriam are awesome. There's getting through from Greed Island as well, but let's just ignore him because he wasn't very charismatic. Alright, so just talking about Miriam for a second here. Obviously, his character design is inspired by one, if not two, Dragon Ball Z villains, which is very cool. His introduction was awesome, and I checked out his voice from the anime, and I love it. You see this big dumb idiot here with the giant smoke pipe. I think I'm going to like him. Just a little side note here, much in the same way that Araki enjoys dog murder, it seems Togashi is really into killing kids. So that's cool. Okay, this is the second time somebody in this manga has said that Kite is definitely alive. His head came off. His head came off his body. That's the most dead you can be. You didn't know he was going to be brought back to life with magic cat powers? I don't know if this is going to change, but I don't care about Kite. I care more about Zepile, the auction dude from York New City, than I do Kite. I really don't care about Kite. You know, you see it a little bit in the Marineford arc of One Piece, here and there. But holy shit. I mean, what does shonen even mean when a lady has the whole back half of her head missing? I have to stop to appreciate that there is some very, very, very cool art happening in this particular volume. Something Togashi has sort of been doing over the series, but it feels like it's amped up a bit now, is that he will skip segments of story. For instance, the fight between Gon and Knuckle, we didn't get to see the end of. It just skipped to the next part. We were told by Gon that he had lost, and that was it. And it's sort of frustrating when things like that happen. It's not something that Oda does, for instance, but Togashi's done it quite a bit. It's just a little jarring. I didn't realize Gon was such a player. What the fuck? It wasn't psychological. It was a literal pin in Killua's brain. That's so fucking weird. See? Everyone said the Kite was alive, and there he is. He's alive and he's healthy. And he's looking just fahoo. Ooh, boo. Yes, everyone is invited to the human party. We will have delicious human meat, I mean regular meat, that you will be able to eat with your mandibles, I mean human hands. Is that supposed to be Finks? Last time I saw him, he was wearing a tracksuit, not this. What the fuck happened? The more I see the Phantom Truth, the more I love every single one of them. Like this panel here with Shalnark and Phaeton running away from Finks. And you can see Phaeton's smile. It's just... It took me about 15 volumes, but I just realised that Kurapika brought a shovel with him to fight Uvogin. That's insane. This manga's getting violent. This guy's missing a jaw. Look at this fucking Ken doll looking motherfucker. I remember when Peggy rushed to the Queen. It seemed odd that they showed the book falling before
Peggy's death and then this guy's reaction to it. But now it all makes sense. That's a really cool callback. Oh, could this be a little character development, perhaps? I was right. I like him a lot.
Well, I guess Lil died. Maybe I'm being needlessly pedantic about this, but Togashi really loves skipping parts. Like a lot.
Oh, they might end up having a bit of a problem if the king's still playing Gunji. I guess we'll see. I'm really starting to enjoy Miriam. Like a lot. His progression is really well written. Just a side note here, and maybe it's because he's had more time to develop, but Shaipu here and the way that he's single-minded, but that in that single-mindedness there's depth, I'm really enjoying. Just when you think it's going one way, it goes another. And instead of choosing peace, he chose violence. Or maybe not. Maybe violence wasn't the answer. I mean, except for when your guest is being randomly attacked by a bird, in which case violence was the answer. Do people like Calgo? I mean, do they talk fondly of him? Like, oh man, remember that time that like you fought Killua and lost some tentacles? Yeah, that was so cool that time. I don't know. Maybe he'll get better. We'll see. The fact that Killua keeps bringing up that there's a chance they won't be in the throne room means they're definitely not going to be in the throne room. Like, they'll be anywhere but in the throne room. Guaranteed. I really like that Meliaron is hitting it off with everyone, but I definitely think he's going to die. Now, I can't imagine any of the Royal Guard betraying the king, but it is interesting to see that clearly Shaipu and now Patu are worried about the development that Miriam has been going through. Not hating it so far, but this volume has a lot of narration. Like a lot.
So this is actually pretty interesting. Killua and Gon have done complete 180s on their personalities. Before, Killua was a cold, logical killer, and Gon was the compassionate one, but now they've completely switched. Alright, Gon is actually kind of terrifying right now. See how this goes. Knuckle is exuding some real dumb bitch shonen energy right here. Yuppie gave his friend a shitty look, and now Knuckle is like, some things are more important than the world. What the fuck? I actually feel really bad for Cheetu right now. Because he just wants to show off his cool ability when he's about to die. Cheetu, no! Well, we're already up to 27. That means there's only 9 left.
Nobody wants to be Yuppie's friend. He keeps chasing them and they keep running. I won't be tricked by his mind games, says Man, who is then immediately tricked by his mind games. Oh shit, they're turning Palm into a chimera ant. What the fucking shit, berserk ass, Geiger ass fucking horseman? Good lord. Is the whole thing with Knuckle that he just does like the dumbest shit like over and over again? Is that just a character trait for him? So the Royal Guards are certainly developing at a quick rate. Each one of them acting very different. Wow! Well, we found Pom and she was so angry she made a dress out of her. Ooh. Wow, get fuckshot, Boof. Okay. I like Calgo now. I like him a lot. Yep. Who's dying now, fuckboy? It's interesting that he's lost his right leg, and now the king has said that he's going to take his left arm, because that leaves him with the two appendages that he didn't use when he was on the Zeppelin fighting Gon and Killua. Holy shit! Just like the Buster Call or the Almighty Push, the Poor Man's Rose is Hunter x Hunter's A-Bomb analogy. That was an amazing chapter. I really didn't think that Batuu was going to be on the back foot this hard. And I really, really didn't think the Gon was going to be doing this kind of shit. So, after this incredible moment, and incredible volume, actually, I went to YouTube and I watched the clip because I wanted to see what that looked like animated. And I noticed that in the anime they use the word evolution, not malice, which I thought was interesting. I initially thought maybe it was Viz just having a bit of a translation error, but then when I looked up the original Japanese page, I noticed that there were two lines next to each other. Looked into that, and turns out one of them was evolution, one of them was malice, which means that Togashi wrote both lines into the sentence. You can use either, which is incredibly apt considering the atomic bomb analogy a couple pages later, and it honestly culminates in like one of the most haunting things that I've ever read. I think it's terrifying. I have so many thoughts about this particular volume and its contents. The way that the two parties, their roles have been almost completely reversed, where now you can sympathise with the villains more than you can the heroes. The heroes, Netero and Gon, especially, are more like villains right now. It's wild. Not just that, but also when it comes to Meruem, this is basically what we've just been shown is that Meruem is more or less the strongest being. Right? He's almost unfathomable, and yet he was taken down by a nuke, showing that his power is completely incomparable to that of nuclear arms. It's wild. It's really, really incredible. quick side thought as well. Is this what happened to Meteor City? Did it get nuked? Because that would make a lot of sense. Last little thing before I move on to the next volume. I can't believe how well the series has made me care about the enemy faction. How terrible I feel for them. Jupi, especially. What, man.
Well, this would be the reason the volume is sold out. Well, Patu's gone, and Gon's arm's gone. We'll see how they bring him back from this dark place that he's in right now. Although there's only 6 volumes, so we'll see. Alright, on to volume 30. Rest in peace, Yuppie. We're not so unlike you and I. Well, it's time to read my favourite shonen. What's it about, you ask? Well, it's a fun little story about a boy who goes looking for his father. My favourite part is when they show the starving children and the executing of war prisoners and holy shit! Holy shit! They have radiation poisoning. Oh my god! I mean, obviously, radiation poisoning is a thing when it comes to nuclear weapons, but you don't think that they're going to go that far about the Buster Call never had any radiation. Oh my god. If they kill Meruem with radiation poisoning, I'm going to feel so bad. He's suddenly intrigued by the secret. He seems so happy. Oh, this manga is killing me. Oh my god, she's the little girl from the start of the arc. That's a nice little callback. What the fuck is going on? I am really confused. Okay. I think it's pretty safe to say that the Chimera Ant arc's over. Man, it's incredible. It's one of the best manga arcs of all time. It's really amazing. It's a tragedy, really, the entire thing. Where it goes from this like Hunters Association versus the evil creatures from underground, and it just becomes this incredible story about development and evolution and becoming a different person, you know, whether that's for better or for worse. And it's an arc all about the horrors of humanity. It may have been a little heavy-handed in some places, but overall, it was incredible. One of the only arcs that actually made me cry. The only other thing I can think of right now that did that was Berserk's Spring Flowers of Distant Days, I think it was called. Yeah. That was something.
That was really something.
You know, it really is incredible. They drum up the king and his 3 royal guard as these demonstrable creatures. These absolutely irredeemable, sociopathic monsters. And then they somehow manage to get you to actually care about them. All of them in their own way, you know? Even Shiapoof, who, God, I hated that dude, you know? And you feel bad for him. I think you feel bad for him because ultimately he just wants to help his king. What a great arc. What incredible. I can't believe I took so long to read this. Just a final thing before I move on to the next arc. I am thoroughly impressed with how heavy Togashi went in on the atomic bomb in this arc. Like, not just the explosion, but the radiation and the radiation sickness. It's incredible.
Looks like Jing might be the #1 hunter for a reason. Hey, it was only a matter of time. Good lord, boy, it's thick. Fuck yes. Fuck yes, Leorio. He's now third. Fucking hell yeah.
This is a cool little graph here. It's very interesting. I tell you what, though, I feel real bad for fucking this guy. The Crollo doll has a little crosshair in its forehead. That's cute.
Pariston's ahead, but Leorio's getting up there.
Holy shit, Junji Ito hand. Hey, how incredibly anticlimactic. I love how much of a loser Jing is and how much of a derp his son is. Hey, Leorio, best dad. Pariston must be playing the longest con ever. Either that or he's just fucking bored. I don't know. Don't trust this man. Or do trust him. I don't know.
Oh, poor Nonika, it's not her fault. Oh, this manga's so sad. Okay, so this is obviously one of the chapters where Togashi was sick, and it shows in the art. It's clearly. But I have to say the paneling, the composition, it's all still fantastic. This shot especially up the top here with Gon. Just a quick note, going back to the hug with Leorio and Gon, this moment here is the reason why I thought Leorio was Gon's father when I started the series. And it provided a lot of confusion for me. Oh, and look! They got Pikmin! If they're going to have a dude that's literally named Beyond, they need to stop using Beyond as an adverb, because this is going to get confusing. You know, Netero, maybe if you don't want your son going to the Dark Continent, you shouldn't call him Beyond. Just a thought.
Imagine being a hunter in this world and not wanting to go to the Dark Continent. It's like the place to go as a hunter. Oh god, Leorio's going to the Dark Continent. Oh no.
If Leorio's talking about Kurapika here, that's dope.
Not only because Kurapika will become a Zodiac, but more importantly because we'll get more Kurapika, which can only be a good thing. Oh boy. Pariston is way more fucked up than I thought he was. Well, looks like Leorio was talking about Kurapika. Side note, that's super fucking weird. That's a weird thing for a fucking cowman to say. Oh, oh shit. Oh, he's still a threat. Look at this wild shit that's going on. There's this like slug tossing dudes over here, and there's this big thingy getting grabbed by another thingy. There's a big old bug carrying a thingy, the walrus, and then right down here, there's three little guys. There's just three little guys. Well, I guess this is the three little guys. Yeah, it looks like Grandpa Zoldyck went on some adventures. Don Freaks. This fucking family. For the love of God. I swear, if Jing is looking for his dad, I'm gonna lose my mind. Side note, Togashi is super good at making us interested in this dark continent. It sounds awesome. It sounds super intriguing. I can't wait to get there. Alright, the dynamic between Pariston and Jing is like one of my favourite things right now. It's really cool to see Pariston frustrated. I said before I loved that Pariston and Jing were playing off each other. I kind of love that they're united right now. Alright, first of all, using Nen as a doctor sounds awesome, but also, Pariston is mad. Now, I'm not sure yet, but what it looks like is happening here is that this guy is tattooing a spider on this lady's back. And it looks like she might be strung up. Alright, it was almost impossible to read this page without looking at the other page. I saw something in my peripheral, but I wasn't sure what it was, so let's have a look. Okay! Man, this shitty prince really reminds me of someone. I can't remember who. No. Maybe someone from Vinland Saga. Attack on Titan. I don't know. Bisky's a simp. Alright. Well, if I can remember all of it, so far we have a trip to the Dark Continent, or rather a island near the Dark Continent. We have Jing and Pariston playing off each other, allegedly working for Beyond here, who has his own motives and intends to escape. We have an imposter in the Zodiacs in the form of Monkey Boy, who was who I suspected, but I'm sure it'll be more interesting than it currently is. Aside from that, we have Leorio and Kurapika as the new boar and rat, respectively, which makes sense, given their personalities. We have Kurapika and his team pairing off with princes to try and get close to the fourth prince in order to acquire the eyes. So that's intriguing. We have the princes themselves and their death game, their right of succession with the pot of greed and the weird titty monster. So there's that too.
Um, anything else I'm forgetting? Well, and I guess the Chimera ants that Pariston has. Yeah, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in this arc, and it's all very interesting. But we only have 3 volumes left, and I don't think we're going to get that much. I really hope we do, but I don't think we are, regardless of the text amount per page, which is significantly more than it has been. But that's okay. There's been a lot of exposition. We've just learnt that the world is much, much bigger than we thought it was. Um, yeah, I'm super excited to read these last 3. Um, I hope they're illuminating, whether that's more about the Dark Continent or whether that's more with Kurapika, who I'm so glad is back, by the way, because he's fantastic. Like, what a real, like, out of nowhere character. You know, he joins and at the very start, and you think he's just this, like, sort of good boy, like, oh, I'm an assassin and blah blah blah, or I've come from a clan and I'm here to reclaim this blood, whatever. And then turns out to be an absolutely ruthless dude, which was so good. So I'm just glad he's back, really. Um, Obviously, it doesn't quite stack up to the Chimera Ant arc or the York New arc, which, in my opinion, have been the 2 best ones. But it's still been really good. Let's see where it goes from here.
Oh, I just saw the cover of this one. Oh, look at this volume. Oh, yeah. Oh, I hope that's indicative of what's inside it. Because if it is, oh man. Oh, this is gonna be a good one. This is gonna go quick, I reckon. Oh shit, they're going straight into it. Hell yeah.
Alright, so Crowley vs. Ahsoka was awesome. Crowley continues to be an incredibly interesting villain, but I think Ahsoka edges it out for the sole fact that he used bungee gum that has both the properties of bungee and gum to restart his heart after death, and then proceeded to stop Machi from moving, killed Cortopi, and then Shalnark. 10 to go.
Alright, so we're up to the Succession arc. Here's our main bad guy. One thing I didn't realise when we started was that he was going to have a Nen creature that is basically Speed from the Wano arc if she was drawn by Junji Ito. So that's cool.
And of course, the entirety of the Phantom Troopers made it onto the boat. And of course, Ahsoka has also made it onto the boat. It's like the Greed Island card list all over again. A lot of text in this arc. So this was a bit of a worry of mine in the Greed Island arc, and here it is again, is all this information. There's too much information. Am I supposed to be, like, keeping tabs on how many guards every prince has and which guards are working for which queen, and it's too much. Dragon Ball exists in the Hunt Hunter world. Why? Well, it looks like Illumi's joining the Phantom Troop. I assume these flowers here are for Paku, Shalnar, Cortopia, and Evogan. Although it is weird that Illumi's holding one, but maybe we'll find out something about that. Maybe. Yep, looks like Illumi's joined the Phantom Troop. Little side note here, Illumi and Shizuka seem okay, but everyone else seems pretty downcast, especially Crollo. I assume that's probably because of the deaths of Cortopi and Shalnark. Oh my god, Hisoka commissioned Illumi to kill him. That's amazing. That's incredible. We have this much left, and Hisoka is still getting better and better. So good. Holy shit, this is so hype. Holy shit.
What the fuck? Dragon Ball Z and Death Note have both exist in this world. Sure. And of course, this bitch is working for Sarah Niche. Fucking creepy ass motherfuckers.
Lumi's a VVIP. Of course he is. Why wouldn't he be? Oh man, isn't this getting interesting? Kurapika and the Succession War. We've got Jing and Pariston. We've got the Dark Continent. We've got Hisoka and the Spiders. We've got so many things going on. We've got Illumi and Kaluto, and it's over. I've been sort of wondering if I'm like naturally drawn to series that are on long hiatuses. I don't think so. I think that's just just a coincidence that I tend to read every single one of them. Anyway, I hear Made in Abyss is good.